My mother-in-law, or Grandma Peggy as we called her, loved the Cubs.
My mother loved the Cubs.
Grandma Peggy loved the Cubs.
I would tease her sometimes, and she would tease me too. We had a good relationship, but we teased each other back and forth. And so I told Pat and Tiffany, when they would come over to stay overnight, I'd say, oh, you know, she has a wooden leg, a wig, and a glass eye, and you couldn't say anything wrong about her to them. They would get so mad right away. They didn't want to hear one bit of criticism on her. They just thought she was perfect. So then Pat, just to prove me wrong, he kicks her a little bit in the calf, and she screamed because there was no wooden leg, of course. And then he said, she doesn't have a wooden leg. And I said, well, she does have a wig and a glass. I said, you don't see the wooden leg. She puts it in the corner at night. And I said, she does have the glass eye, and that she puts in the medicine cabinet. And she has got the wig. So he didn't touch her eye, but he did try pulling her hair. And he found out it wasn't a wig either. But it was just so funny because they didn't know if they should believe me or not. But they didn't want anything bad to be said about their Grandma Peggy.
And then she goes, what, are you trying to kill me?
Yeah, she said to him when he kicked her, I guess, what, are you trying to kill me? And here I had put him up to it.
West on Addison, a bar.
Yeah, she worked
Bob
at Fred
something?
White's.
Oh, Fred White's.
Fred
I was
White's.
going to say
She was-
Bob White.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, she worked there when she was older, serving drinks, I guess.
And the one girl that worked there too that was a waitress really liked her. Her name was Carol. And she was getting married, and Peggy was probably in her, I don't know, late 50s maybe then, or 60.
Yeah.
And she asked her to be her bridesmaid. She said, will you be one of my bridesmaids? And Grandma Peggy said, oh no, I'm way too old. But the girl didn't think she was. She liked her enough to ask her.
Uh-huh.
But she didn't do it. That was the end of that. Pat and I took Grandma Peggy on a trip to Arizona. She was going to stay with Joan. And we drove there, and we drove across Texas one day, and it was hot and such a long way to drive across Texas. And we were tired, and every casino that she saw, she wanted to stop at. And we stopped at a couple, but I was getting tired of going in them. I wanted to go to the hotel and get done with it. So then we finally went to the hotel, and we went out to eat, and we made the mistake of going to a place that didn't have beer. They didn't have any alcohol. And she was not happy about that. So then she wanted to go to a Western bar. She said it was Huma, Texas, or Huma something. And she wanted to go to a Western bar. She said, we have to go to a Western bar now. And both of us, Pat and I both said, I was surprised he declined too, but he did. And he said, no, it's too tiring, it's too late, you know, we're tired from driving, we don't want to go. So I got up and went to the bathroom, and when I was about, maybe 10 or 15 feet away, I could hear her say to him, let's you and I go, and just leave her home, and you and I will go, and we can leave her home. I thought that was so funny because she didn't know I heard her. And I said, well, why don't you go up to the bar in the hotel we were staying at? They had a bar. I said, why don't you go up to that bar? And she said, well, I just might. Maybe I will. So I said, well, okay, if you want to do it, go ahead. And that was the end of the
When
night.
we lived in Arizona, we had a condo. And then once in a while we'd go to this bar that you had to walk up to from the outside on a spiral staircase. And I think my mother was about 95 at the time, and she walked up there in her high heels. And then when we got inside, the bar had like saddles that you would sit on, because it was a very Western motif. She got up on the saddle and was drinking beer, and that's just one of the stories about her. Yes.
Oh, well, Grandma had a wonderful 100th birthday party. I'll start it out. And one of the things she wanted me to do when she was going to have her 100th birthday party was she wanted me to get that stuff you put underneath your eyes that tightens and you don't have bags. It only lasts for maybe a couple hours, but she wanted that. and she also wanted me to go and get her a push-up bra. And I couldn't find one. I went to Victoria's Secret, but I didn't know what size she took, so I didn't get the push-up bra. But then she did a lot of dancing at the 100th birthday. Remember that, John?
Right, I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And she did a dance with Bud.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
Bud's name?
Bud March.
Bud Marsh from Sun City, and they did a rumba and a
Yes.
fancy step dance. So
And
At
she
her old
didn't
age,
miss a-
100 lumbering.
She didn't miss a beat. She
No.
was right in sync to
Yeah.
everything. And she was 100 years old, and she did that rumba as good as anything.
Do you remember the Celtic Club when it was her 100th birthday and all the
Yeah.
men were giving her kisses and stuff?
Oh,
Right,
yeah, I
and the
forgot
Celtic
about
Club
that.
had a 100th party for her.
right,
And she loved all the men around her. They were all flattering her and giving her kisses. And she was a very pretty woman, even as she got older. She was still
Right.
pretty, yeah. She was. And she liked that.
yeah.
And everyone was at her 100th birthday. Do you remember anyone in particular that was there, Joan? Your cousins and...
I have a good memory because I remember going with Joan and dancing with her at the 100th birthday party, and it was a lot of fun and a good memory. And wasn't that when Leon was still alive, or was he passed on by then?
He was gone
No, he
by
was
then.
Yeah, I'm pretty
gone,
sure he was
'cause
gone by then.
That would be 2008 when she was 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died the year before that. So
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah.
But she had got a lot of people came, you know, like cousins and relatives from the past, like
you mean
Helen's
like-
kids.
Yeah, and
Came and-
didn't what's her name?
Dorothy O'Callaghan.
Dorothy O'Callaghan came, I think.
She was
and,
there, yeah. Uh-huh.
I was trying to think on my father's side. Did any of them come? Like till they? I don't know if they were still alive. They probably
No, they
weren't
were all
alive
dead by
anymore.
then.
Uh-huh.
They were all
So-
dead. But she was very well liked because they
Yes.
all came to the party
Right.
and wanted to come, you know.
Yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
Helen and Dolores was probably there.
No, they were
Dolores-
dead by then.
Oh, were they?
Oh, yeah, they were gone.
Yes, I can't remember
yeah,
how
they were
long ago
gone,
they died
yeah.
too. Yeah.
But Helen's kids were there.
Yeah.
Kitty and,
Kitty and
and maybe Jimmy or
Jim,
Jerry or
Jerry,
something.
yeah, uh-huh.
I don't know, but they were there, her kids. But
well, she ate it up, that's for sure.
she loved it.
liked
She
it.
loved attention. She wasn't
Oh yeah.
shy not to have attention.
Right. Yes, when we had a condo in Arizona, my husband and I, and Grandma would come out there for, oh, what, about 6 weeks or so in the
I'd
winter.
say, yeah.
You know, and she liked to gamble, and there was a casinos out there, so she would go there and, you know, lose some of her money. Every once in a while, she'd win a little.
And then when she
But then
go
when
to
she-
the pool,
By the pool, that everybody, after a while, they started asking me, "Where's your mother? Why isn't she out here?" You know. So then I had to go and get her a few times, although she was always willing to go. You know, because they had drinks and it was fun. You know, a little party in the afternoon.
yeah,
So things like that she enjoyed for sure. Was it Fuller Brush
yeah,
products or something? After a
Fuller
while,
Brush.
when she was older, you know, I don't remember how old she was when she started that. do you?
Probably was in her 70s, maybe.
Probably, and she would go, you know, door to door in the neighborhood and sell these Fuller Brush they used to have. I don't think they're even around anymore, but
Yeah,
you know, stuff for the house like cleaning. Wasn't it like cleaning
Brushes and
brushes and
cleaning
stuff like
things,
that? Yeah.
uh-huh.
So that was one of her jobs.
Yeah, and then she
And then
was
she
a
worked
waitress.
at that one that by the high school, Schurz, was it?
Yeah,
With the high school kids.
and they all liked
And they
her.
all liked, oh, I'm sorry. And
Come in the shop more.
they all liked her because she
Yeah.
would ask them about things and kid
Yeah,
around with
she'd
them
give
and
them
stuff like
advice
that, you
and-
know. And,
Yeah, they liked her.
yeah.
She was,
Come in more. Grandma Peggy, you were such a meaningful person. It's sad that you died 8 years ago and you never got to see the Cubs win. I know that you loved them so much, and it'll be really sad to not have you here anymore. I think about you every day. Even in every life situations, like when I learn new things playing guitar, or when I learn new things on the piano, I know it's always in your memory. You used to play the organ and teach me so many things. You taught me how that when I'm learning a song, I should focus on the first part and instead of being impatient trying to move. Focus on the first part, learn that perfect, and then move on from there. And you will truly be missed. Rest in peace. When I was a kid, Grandma Peggy, on her own birthday, we were all over there at her condo at the time, and we all were super excited, and on her own birthday, she taught me how to play Happy Birthday on this exact organ. So for old memory's sakes, I'm going to play it again. So here we go. Sorry, it hasn't been tuned in a while.